Good morning everyone, welcome to another Wednesday card making live. My name is Alisa Tilsner. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Port Lincoln, South Australia. Welcome if you are watching live today on Facebook, or you may be watching the replay on Facebook, or you actually might be watching the replay on YouTube, which is also on my blog. Phew, that's a lot of places that I'm hanging out. Good morning everyone coming in. Now I thought that we might take a look at fun folds in February. I thought that might be a very cool thing to do. So we are going to start off with it's just a simple fold. It's nothing fancy, and it's actually quite similar to the fancy fold that I did a couple of weeks ago, where I used the designer series paper as the card base. So we're going to use that again, but we're just going to fold things up a little bit differently, and I have easier measurements for you. So that should be good. So let's take a look at what we are going to need. So first of all, your designer series paper, you're going to want a full sheet of your designer series paper. I am going to be using the Paper Blooms designer series paper. So I've chosen one. They're gorgeous, gorgeous papers. So, and just a reminder that if you are wanting any of these products, they are all Stampin' Up! And you can order them from my store. So I'm just going to do a quick flick through of the gorgeous papers that we have. They're just really gorgeous pinks and blues with a little bit of green thrown in as well. So very pretty. So I've chosen stripes. I love stripes, but you could choose any of these. Now this one I've cut into, I'll explain that in a moment. So very, very pretty. So we actually did this last night in our team Zoom. So it was a lot of fun. I actually got a couple made. I got two made. Well, I got 1.5 made, and then I finished it off later. So I will show you them at the end of our video. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to start off with my full sheet of 12 by 12, and you know, if you follow me, that I make my card sizes different to everybody else in Australia. So I want my stripes to be vertical, so I'm going to go this way so that my stripes are vertical, and I am going to cut it at 13 centimeters. Now, if you are wanting the regular A5 folded in half, normal standard size in Australia, then you would cut it at 14.8, but I'm a little bit different, so I like to be different. I like my cards this size. So this is just leftovers. You can make 2 of these cards at the same time if you want. Good morning everyone coming in. So those who were in our Zoom last night, this is nothing new for you guys. But if Amanda sticks around and watches, she can see the card that I finished off. So then we're going to score it at 4 centimeters. I'm going to make sure that my cutting blade is well out of the way. And I'm going to score it at 4 inches and 8 inches. And that makes life a whole lot easier than trying to figure out centimeters and stuff like that and having leftovers. Now, if you are working in inches and you want to know what size that is, my height, 13 centimeters is just a smidge over 5 inches. So if you're working in inches, you could just do it at 5 inches if you want. Or if you want to be close to a regular sized, or you could do it at 5.5 if you wanted to go a little bit taller. But for 14.8 is, I don't know, what's that? 5.5, what's 7/8? I don't know inches. All right. So because I actually want, that's really, really pretty as well, but I want my stripes to be on the outside of my card. So you'll remember that when we did, thank you Amanda, 5 and 7/8. Now when I did that card the other day, we folded one way and one way the other way. So you had a Z fold. So this one is actually going to be like a U fold. I think that's probably the best, easiest way to describe it. So we're just going to fold one in and then fold one over. So very, very simple. Give them so you've got, instead of a Z, you've got a U. Looks like a U, maybe it's an N, can be a U fold. We'll call it that, shall we? So we're going to do that. Okay, and the rest of the card is pretty simple. So, well, yeah, pretty simple, very easy. We had fun making them last night. So I am going to be using, you want a nested die set, so anything that nests within each other. I like using circles, so I'm going to stick to my circles, and you're going to want the both of them, okay, so that one that fits inside the other. Some of the ladies in our team last night, we had the stitched nested labels, the ones that have got the funny angle on them. We had a heart, that was really nice as well, very pretty. So I'm going to bring in my cut and emboss. It's just behind me, and I do need my big one. Oh, there we go. Okay, so to start with, you want your smallest of the nested frames. Okay, we're just going to open up your card front and pop your... Now, depending on how you're going to decorate the front, you might like to wait, but I've sort of got an idea of what I'm putting where, so I'm just going to have mine slightly above the halfway mark. Okay, and then just zip that through. And then, whoops, get my arm out of the way. Okay, so we've got our first one cut out. Now you will need a scrap of white, just big enough to cut out that as well. So cut out the smallest shape from white as well. And that's going to be for your sentiment, so it doesn't have to be white. I guess you could do a colour and white emboss your sentiment if you wanted to. But we will require that. Okay, one more piece of cutting on your machine, and that is we're going to make a frame to go around that circle. So I'm actually choosing Night of Navy because it's one of the coordinating colours in the designer series paper that I'm going to be using. And we're going to bring in both of the dies, and we're going to just position them so one sits perfectly inside the other, and then hope that they don't shift when we put everything together. So I'm just going to bring that out a bit more. So gently pop it down. I think that shifted. Probably doesn't matter too much. If you find that one edge is thicker than the other, put the thick side down towards the bottom, just so that it's a bit balanced. There we go, run it through. Okay, let me get this guy out of the way. Oh, I could probably hear my chair squeaking too. I noticed it on my last video, I could hear my chair. Okay, so we don't need that one. We don't, got a couple of circles that you can use for other projects. And then we're just gonna pop that out. I use washi tape. It always sticks for some reason to hold everything together. It just sticks and then tears. Okay, so we've got our frame. I think this is going to be quite a quick video. I have done some of it ahead of time just to save you guys a little bit of boredom. Okay, so this is going to then sit around and give it a bit of a frame. You don't need to put that there. I just thought it would be nice for a little decoration. And then your sentiment piece is going to actually sit inside so that when you open your card, your sentiment is actually on the first inside panel. Okay, so we can do that. I need my scrap paper. Don't mind all my, I should just turn it over, shouldn't I? What am I doing? Just going that on. Oh, so I'm being naughty as usual. Okay, and I'm just going to open that up so that I can get that all lined up and stuck on there nicely. And just to hold it a smidge, I'm going to just pop that on there to give it a bit of weight and hold it on. Okay, I always do birthday cards. You know, I'm always using a birthday sentiment, but I was looking for another one this time, and I found one in the Dragonfly Garden stamp set that says, "May good things grow all year long." And I thought, you know, I can probably still use that for a birthday card, could I not? Because you want their, you know, things to grow nicely for the, oh no, oh, do you know what? I nearly had a heart attack. I looked at that block thinking that I had my white cardstock underneath it, but I didn't. I thought I'd gotten my white cardstock absolutely filthy, but it's not. It's my matting underneath. I nearly had a heart failure then. I thought, oh no, my blocks made my white card filthy. Oh my goodness, I'm such a deal. Okay, which way does this go? There's your little, oh no, it goes this way. There's your little giggle for, Alisa's a bit silly. How about that? Okay, and I'm going to use the Night of Navy just to tie everything in again. Oops. Okay. And I've first time using my stamp, so I'm just going to stamp it onto my scrap just to make sure it's all inked up nicely. And I'm going to pop, actually I don't think it matters if I'm not straight because I can turn it anyway, I think. I'm just going to pop it a little bit higher than in the middle because I've got some flowers that I can put around the edge there. Okay, I'm pretty sure that is all done. This is going to be a super quick card. All right, so coming back to our card. Okay, so now with my nice clean piece of white and not my other one, looking for my seal, I can just put some adhesive on this and keep that closed, line everything up, and then pop that inside of that circle there. So that when we open our card, we've actually got our sentiment on the first panel. Okay, and then we need another piece of Whisper White, and this one is 9 centimeters by 12 centimeters. And this piece is actually going to go in the middle panel here. So I will pop that in now. And just pop that straight in the middle, so then anything that you need to write on your card, you can do it right in there. Or if you had like a double sentiment and you wanted to have like wishing you a happy birthday or something, so you could use a double sentiment in that position as well. Now I've cut out a stack of little flowers from, there's so many flowers you could choose from, but I've taken it from, you could even cut out flowers with dies from the circles, but I've taken my flowers from this piece here. And there are every time I was looking to pick out more flowers, there's so many different flowers, and some of them only occur once or twice on the paper. So, you know, each time I was looking, I was like, oh, that one's a really nice one too. Oh, that one's a nice one. So I ended up cutting out a fair bit of paper flowers from that. So I will bring them in. Okay, so now we just want to arrange, and I even cut some from the edge because we don't want to waste them. I'll use them for my inside. So I've got a whole little, and I cut them out just beforehand so that you didn't have to suffer through that. And I'm just going to position them around, what else did I have? This one here. Just going to position them around like so. And I'll probably pop that one on top. So we're just going to arrange them like that. Now when you pop this one on, you want to make sure that you're not getting adhesive on all of, like, don't put adhesive on everything, because you only want it, you don't want to put adhesive on that side, otherwise it'll stick to your inside panel. Okay, so you need to make sure that you're only putting it on the bottom half. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and do that. And if you do happen to get any, then if you have an adhesive remover, you can use that. So again, just make sure. Just going to tuck them under and around. I should have it a little bit closed so I can make sure that I'm not going over my sentiment. Just around. And tuck that under as well. And then this one I'm just going to sit on top. So that's pretty easy. It doesn't matter where I put my adhesive for that. But you can make these out of, I mean, we've got so much designer series paper, and like the last one that I made, this uses up a good chunk of your designer series paper, and it sort of lets it showcase as well. So it's really pretty. You could leave it like that, but I'm going to go ahead and pop some up the top as well. I keep reading Debbie Shorts and Chris Stones' comments, but they're chatting to each other and it keeps distracting me because I think you're talking to me, but they're talking to each other. Oops, just make sure I've got that. Sorry, girls. Oh no, I just stuck that on the wrong. Did you see what I did? I just stuck it on the wrong thing, so and we'll stick that down there instead. So just take care of that, because do take notice there. I got distracted. Okay, pick them up. I'll pop that one on there as well. Simple, simple, simple. Simple cards. You can make a whole stack of these. Now I might use some opals. I'll use some opals, and I might pop a few. I might pop some in, or maybe that one will work. Maybe I'll put them on these ones, on the blue. Shift. Put them on the blue ones. A little one up there, even though the little ones are quite big. 1, 2, and then maybe I'll pop one actually on there. Okay, and then we've got one more panel to decorate. So we've got our front panel, we've got our inside panel, and then we've just got our third panel. So this is where I've cut just pieces from the edge of the designer series paper, because we don't want any of them to go to waste either. I'm going to use my seal for this if I can. Okay, and I'm just going to pop that one along the bottom. You can do it along the side. Actually, maybe I'll do one along the side and one along the bottom. Maybe I'll do that, just to be different. So one along there. That's what we'll do. Still keeps sticking to my fingernails. Must have glue on them or something. And then just stick that one on top. So it is a very, very simple card, and it is a little fun fold. It's not, you know, woohoo fun fold, but it is just a little bit different to a normal card to receive in the mail. So I thought that that would be pretty fun. So I do have some more samples to show you. So let me get that out of the way. So the first one I did as my prototype was using the berry paper and the the celebration one. I can't even remember what it's called, but I used them. I'll see if I can put a list of things later. I can see something in my screen, but I don't know what it is. There it is. I thought I could see something in my screen. So, and then I've just used the happy birthday you sweet thing, and I've put some strawberries in the middle of that one. So that's quite pretty. And then last night I used the Hydrangea Hill Designer Series paper for the first time, and I've used the sentiment from this one is from the art gallery, of course. And so I've just cut out flowers again and just popped one of them in there, and I've just popped a little bit of Wink of Stella on there. You probably can't see that, but there is another one. Now, the first one I did, I wasn't thinking straight, and I tried to do it in centimetres instead of inches. Instead of going 12 inches divided by 3 is, you know, do it at 4 and 8. So this one is, so my front panel is actually a little bit shorter than the rest of it. So that's a little bit different. So that one. And then last night I started a second one. Amanda's mum, she made one from the True Love Designer Series paper, and I loved it, so I sort of copied her. She did pink. I've done Mango Melody and Just Jade, and then Happy Birthday, and another little bit in just cut out and coloured in as well. So that is another cool one. And so now I have got my stash is building up quite nicely for my birthday cards. I just sent out a heap yesterday, so these will be for my March birthday cards. But again, another great way to use up your designer series paper. Sometimes you don't want to cut it into small pieces, so this is a really good way to use big chunks of it in one go. So similar, I haven't got my other ones, I've given them all away now, but you can go back and watch the video. If you're watching by YouTube, I'll see if I can put the link into the other card that met this one. I need some masculine ones, I do. I should try and use that dressed to the smart dressed one, whatever it is, the masculine one that we've got at the moment. That would be good. I don't have many men to send cards to, so that's why I don't. But so yeah, so there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Again, don't forget you can purchase all of your Stampin' Up products through my store. And we will see you again next week. I know what I'm doing for my last fun fold in February, but I got to come up with another couple. So thanks very much for watching, and tune in again next week at 10 AM on Wednesday, and have a wonderful day. See you later.